I'm Ashley Caprice in another edition of Conversations with Caprice. I'm so excited today because, first of all, let me tell you all, I'm a big dancer and I love hip hop and I love pop locking. I have some of the West Coast pop lockers here. I have Coco, also DJ Hayes and Jerry Sanchez, who is directing a documentary about the West Coast Poppers. How you doing, fellas?
Good. Life is good.
Life is good. Tell me a little, Jerry, about the documentary. What inspired you to even do a documentary about the West Coast Poppers?
Well, initially it was really more of a fantasy, fond memories of, the 80s era, I was a part of. In my mind, I was like, wouldn't it be great to locate all these guys that inspired me and entertained us all, but it was all in my head, and then came the time where I ran into some old school pioneers that I was friends with when I was a teenager, and I just became motivated and did it out of my own pocket and put it together. And
now you're making it happen.
Right.
Did you ever dance at all?
Yeah, I dabbled a little bit. Who didn't? I've met people that are politicians and they used to dance,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was like a fever.
Were you ever in a crew at all?
Yeah, I was part of the Knights of the Sound Table and United Street Force.
Oh, look at you. So how did you get in contact with some of the guys to do this documentary?
Well, I first started visiting rec centers and some of there, believe it or not, a lot of churches that would have functions. And then slowly but surely started getting connected. And then right about this time, Facebook was taking off. Without Facebook, I probably wouldn't have located half of them.
Oh, wow.
The rest of them just, I couldn't tell you. Just they came to me somehow, some way, and it was a blessing. And like Coco, for example, somebody that knew him reached out to me and then put me in contact with Coco. And people were amazed because rumors were that he had died.
Oh, wow.
You know better the rumors,
well,
right?
Coco is here with us.
Yeah, I die every year.
How have you been, Coco?
I've been great.
With you?
I'm good, actually. I'm a dad. Got some kids who's really talented. And
you told me they pop lock as well.
yes, they do.
Are they as good as you?
Yes, they are.
That's a good dad right there. So you were in the movie Breakin.
Yes, I was in the movie Breakin.
Let me know a little about that. How was that for you?
Breakin was kind of like something that just was bound to happen. It just opened the doors to a bigger audience for me.
Why did you start dancing?
I was 4 years old. I grew up in the projects. There was a girl who danced. Her name was Queen Boogaloo. I enjoyed her dancing, so I nagged her to death, and she finally taught me a few things and started dancing because I was poor and my mother was an alcoholic and we didn't have no food, so I would dance and people would throw money out there. So I figured that, wow, I can get money like this. From 50 cents to $1, all that meant something. So yeah, before Breakin', it was real struggle. Dancing on street corners for change. Not knowing how to count the change, but you knew that the change would bring you food. Next thing you know, it became like an everyday thing to where I knew that if I went out and danced, people would give me money. So that's what I did.
So what did Breakin' the movie do for you? How did it help you?
Well, it helped me because I was able to bury my mother. So the good part of it was it gave me the tools to survive in an atmosphere that one day I will be a part of again.
And now you're part of it all again.
Yeah, part of that too was just a matter of me, accepting who I am and what I've done, regardless what bad things I've done in my life, and that's a message that I also preach to the kids. I've done it all, and there's nothing you can tell me that you're doing that's going to lead you into a better place if it isn't positive. You're listening to a person who comes from the ghetto and made it. Dance because my kids like to dance, and I've done a lot of bad things, and I don't want to show them that, and I'll show them something that's good. And kids who dance, keep dancing. You will see a world that's beautiful. I became an actor and couldn't even read. Don't know what it feels like to be a kid. I don't know nothing about no toys. All I knew about it was dancing. 5, 6, 7 years old, being in the palace, hanging out with Michael Jackson.
How was that?
It was great. We would be picked up and be taken to his home and dance for hours with him and in front of him. Those are things that nobody can take away.
Did Michael Jackson influence you?
Yeah, Michael Jackson, Fred Astaire. These are people that nowadays kids don't even know about. Anyhow, Coco's story is it's sad and it's good and it has ups and its downs, but at the end of the day, it's a happy ending. I made it through not only the worst parts of the ghetto at an early age to being mega star, an actor, not a dancer, an actor. I made that transition. I've not only done break, I've worked with Michael Landon, Van Halen, David Lee Roth. Man, can't nobody say that.
You work with a lot of them. That's great. Well, thanks for opening up about that. You changed, the negatives to positives, and that's what I say with breaking and hip-hop dancing or any art form. It keeps you grounded, and especially if you're passionate about it, it keeps you grounded, it keeps you moving, it keeps you headed in the right direction. Keep it up. Are you still performing anywhere?
I occasionally perform when asked to. I still get down for the kids at the shows that they put on. So.
Oh, nice. What shows?
Rec centers are like Homeland, Chugos, and just various clubs that they may have parties at, or anywhere that they want me at, I show up.
You don't show them out though, right?
Oh no. Actually, there's a lot of talented people out there that make you want to dance. So if you're a dancer, it's hard for you to see somebody who's talented and you just sit there. You're gonna get up and dance.
I'm always looking for a battle, so challenge. We can battle after this interview.
Funny that you say that. Is back in the day there wasn't a lot of female like hardcore dancers that would, you know what I mean? So.
I know. And then I also have DJ Hayes here. How are you tonight?
Peace, Queen. I'm doing great. Chilling.
And were you popping as well back in the day? Or you still pop?
I still pop. I was popping back in the days. I started with a flashing crew, and then I joined Air Force crew.
Okay, nice.
Keeping it moving.
Keeping it moving.
Yeah,
So
pop don't stop.
The pop, I like that. The pop don't stop. So you were DJing back in the day?
I mean, I was DJing on the radio when I was like 15 years old. I was dancing as well. I kind of like did my thing, and as I began to get older, actually some kids came and knocked on my door one day and said, "Hey man, my sister said you get down, and we just wanted to know if you could come help us out." So I came down to the park, and I saw wasn't anybody really in charge, so I kind of got the idea. Like, I started the Hayes Hip Hop Culture Dream Center. Most of us came from not great areas, as far as the gang community and stuff like that. And where I grew up at in San Fernando Valley, actually in the city of San Fernando, I'm in the center of all the gangs.
Okay.
So you got to be doing something positive, or you're just going to get caught up.
Caught up in the negative. Right?
Yeah, so my dream was if I could help some of these kids have their dreams come true, then that's my dream coming true as well. So that's why we named it the Hayes Hip Hop Culture Dream Center, because it's not just about hip hop, it's also about culture. You want to learn about all the elements.
So what are the 9 elements of hip hop?
9 elements are locking, popping, breaking, graffiti, beatboxing, fashion, and knowledge. So you need all of those elements to really say, I'm a hip hopper. It's got to come from your heart. We're not dancing because of the moves, we're dancing because of the movements. It just flows from our heart.
Because you're passionate about it.
Yeah, you gotta have passion. A lot of people don't have passion no more.
Yeah.
They want to do it, but they don't have the passion.
Their heart's not in it. So how do y'all feel breaking and popping has influenced dancers of today? The Chris Browns, the Ushers, and the movies, Stump the Yard and You Got Served, all of that.
You see it all.
Yeah.
There's nothing or anything that's on TV now that is in regards to hip hop, funk, pop, punk rock, that you will not see a wave, bop, a pop. You see all that.
Who do you think is doing it the best right now?
I mean, you got dancers all over the world,
Yeah.
It's really hard to say who is the best in whatever particular category, because, you got some crews, you got some individuals who are just amazing now. The level is so high now. I don't know if you could really answer. I mean, we the best. Obviously, we the best.
From my observation, from working with these guys and also working with some of the new generation, some of their skill level has, in some cases, not in all, superseded because their imagination, and maybe it's the times and the everything, it's a combination of things. But one thing they don't have that I've observed is that they don't have the personality and the character, how to improvise and entertain the way these guys did.
That confidence.
Exactly. And they were experts at freestyling. They weren't studio dancers. These guys were street dancers and they were called street dancers for a reason. They had to improvise in the street and entertain a crowd of people. Otherwise, they weren't going to eat.
Yeah.
Battle crowd.
Battle crowd, yeah, exactly.